Hello. Wait, no, that's not the one I want. This one. Or this one? No. This one, I think. Huh. We'll go with this one. Hang on, let me just see if I can... Okay. This one as well. No. Yeah. So, how's everyone going? Let's see who's here. Keith Kaiser. I don't think I've seen you before. Yes, I do. Yes, the Sky and Skirmish. Yeah, I think it's a good one. That particular fight. I love the music for it specifically, but yeah, it's a really cool moment in the story. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna ramble for a bit as I usually do before I get into streaming. Yeah, so this week I started my new job. For those who don't know, I have had a job for we're coming up to 9 years now. I've had the same job for about 9 years, and unfortunately there's been some weird changes that I don't agree with that have occurred as part of the jobs, and unfortunately that's resulted in me... it's resulted in something good, which is that they have to pay me at least 15 hours a week, even if I don't work 15 hours. Unfortunately, what has happened as a result of that is that I'm not getting more work than 15 hours, and I can't survive on that per week. So I started looking for a second job last year, and I managed to get one just before Christmas, and so that was lined up perfectly for this year, so I just started it this week. And so things will probably improve as a result of that. I have been thinking about the future in terms of okay, what am I going to do? Now that because in theory I should be able to survive on 2 jobs, but I have been thinking that because one's a permanent part-time position which comes with benefits like long service leave in a few years, and holiday leave, other things like that. Casual, it's more flexible, which is nice, but I want to get as much work as I can. So anyways, basically what I'm getting at is that I have been thinking I need to... I think I've reached a point where I might just have to, at some point, not straight away, but at some point I should try to get a full-time job. I don't want to minimize this because I can see the chat here directly. Okay. Oh, no. Hang on. Now live. Streaming Baldur's Gate 3. No, I'm not. Okay, I had to change the details in the stream before I started streaming. I know I did it. Instead I did it while I started streaming. So so I think at some point I need to look for a full-time job that doesn't require driving. And also I should probably go to university and just get the full degree in the field that I work in, and just live and just get a full-time job with that. And because I'm just thinking about I need to make sure that I've got a decent income that I can work on, that I can live on. So we'll see how it all goes. But basically I was thinking because I'm just thinking about don't have too much of a debt to pay off, but I just want to pay that off as fast as I can, because I know at some point I got to get car rego paid in May, and then after that I've got to renew my insurances and all that crap, and claim it all back on tax. But yeah, I'm thinking this year I might just have to do my taxes myself, because the person who does my taxes, they're getting a little too expensive that it's not really worth it anymore. So yeah. And I've never done my own taxes before. I've always gotten someone else to do it for me. But I don't know. In theory, tax people, the reason I got someone else to do it for me is just because this particular person I see, they're really good at making sure that I get as much as I can possible back. But I don't know, maybe I could do it myself. I think, I don't see why I couldn't. It should be simple enough. I've done someone else's taxes, weirdly enough. Someone asked me if I could do their taxes for them, and I did, and it worked out well, and I heard no complaints from them about it. So I should be able to if I can do someone else's taxes, I could do my own taxes. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, I think, in the future I should probably get a full-time job, is what I think is what's best for me in the future. A qualified, a full-time job that I'm qualified in, that I've, upskilled in. So, yeah. But at the same time, it comes at the sacrifice, it may come with sacrifices as a result of that, but yeah, who knows. Yeah, so it's 42 degrees today, which means I don't have the air conditioner on at the moment, but I did have the air conditioner on before, so I might turn it on a bit later depending on how hot it gets. I'm trying to block the sun out as best as I can. I've been getting weather warnings all day about it. But yeah, so usually what I do is with the air conditioner, during warm weather, I will only have it on for an hour, just 1 hour a day. That's the max for me. But if it's, I don't know, if it's over 30 degrees, I'm okay, 2 hours. No, and can't just be 2 hours back to back. It has to be 1 hour for now and then another hour for later. If it's over 40 degrees, however, like it is today, then I don't really put a timer on it. It's just going to be on for as long as it needs to be on. So yeah, that's just how that is for me, because 40 degrees is, it's concerning. 40 degrees is very concerning. I just think about, because I've had interactions with the homeless community over the last couple of months. They're good people, and I don't know how they survive weather like this. I don't understand how you can do it. I was thinking, man, winter's going to be hard. I'm sure it's hard, but I can't imagine being forced to stay outside in 40-degree weather. 40-degree Australian summer weather. That's just crazy. Anyways, I shouldn't dwell on that. Tomorrow will be much more reasonable in temperature. Tomorrow will be just 1 hour conditioner weather for me. Let's see, what else has been going on? Oh yeah, that's right. This week, so last year, I haven't super gotten into Doechii just yet. I was appreciating some of her songs last year, really early last year, and I was oh yeah, this is really cool. I think I could get into her the same way I've gotten into Kendrick Lamar, so I should, and she's got new music coming out now, and there's been like a whole thing with, what's his name, Aiden Ross, being kind of an idiot about her, like just going way too far than he normally does. And I don't know, maybe that's not right. And like I've seen him sort of like moralizing why he's been dissing her. Like he's like saying, "Oh, she's like putting down 9-to-5 workers," and I'm like, "Okay, what do you mean by that?" Like I haven't seen her do that personally, so. Anyways, basically what I'm trying to say is it's been a very funny week from my perspective, just seeing like everyone lining up to give him a wedgie. That's basically what it looks like. And I haven't finished this video, but I was watching a video where, just an update on Aiden Ross crashing out over the fact that everyone keeps saying shit about him. So it's just been funny. Anyways, I shouldn't talk about him too much just because he's boring. Yeah. Let's see. And of course, I've continued to keep playing Baldur's Gate this week. And Act 3 is... Act 3 has some issues. Yeah. I haven't figured out the whole Sorcerer's Sundries labyrinth at all. I haven't figured any of that out, so I don't know. I don't know. I gotta work it out. I have to get to the bottom of it, and I need to do that Iron Throne thing where, it's hard to do the Iron Throne. It does my head in, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the whole thing, and I'm gonna do a lot more than that as well. See, anything else happening? I'm trying to think. So because I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, it's actually been, so playing video games, if I'm locked in the way I get with Baldur's Gate, then it fucks with my sleep. Because I can stay up till 1 o'clock, and it's not even that I stay up that late playing Baldur's Gate. Like I generally stop around 10 o'clock at the latest. It's just that I need time. But then after that I need like 2 to 3 hours to like wind down and like get rid of the energy. I need to. It takes me a while. Yesterday, because I had 2 shifts yesterday, it's been so damn long since I was working 2 shifts. And so, yes, I worked 2 shifts. I came home. I had a lunch break in between, and then after my second shift, I came home. I did what I normally do and such, and then I was like, okay, time to play some Baldur's Gate, and I played some Baldur's Gate, and then I stopped at a normal time, and then I had plenty of time to wind down and go to bed at a normal time. So I woke up relatively early this morning because of how fucking hot it was this morning. So I had to put the air conditioner on then, and that's when I found out, it's going to be 40 degrees today. Shit. So, I got up relatively early as a result of going to bed at a normal time, what should be a normal time. And I started, and this morning I was like, yes, okay, I'm going to start recording my video essay, because I really want to make another video essay. So I started, I've been learning how to use DaVinci Resolve, because I need to learn how to use it, because I can't use Premiere Pro anymore because it's too expensive for what it is. It's way too expensive, so fuck it. I can't go back. There was a temptation to go back because, it's what I know how to use. And then I started to, and a while ago I was trying to use like a torrented version of Premiere Pro, which was working out okay, but it sort of became too janky over time. And I just had to be like, okay, you have to let this go. You're just going to have to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve. And so I've been just using other material, trying to create, something, just doing practice videos with DaVinci Resolve. And so I was confident that I could just, start recording myself at least on DaVinci Resolve. And initially I did a test, and the test, recorded just all right, thankfully. But then I should probably make sure that I'm still live on YouTube, because every now and then I get pulled off of YouTube. Nope, it's all good. I'm still live on YouTube. That's good. I have to check, because otherwise it doesn't work out that way. Okay, good. Yep, I'm live on both platforms. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, DaVinci Resolve. So then I decided to start recording myself for real. And then at some point I had to stop the recording so that I could go do something else, setting up the stream and such. And then when I stopped it, for some reason the recording disappeared. And I don't understand why that happened. So that's something that I have to get to the bottom of, is why that happened. So I feel very demoralized that a fair amount of recording just disappeared as soon as I was done recording. So it's just, I'm just devastated by that. So I guess maybe, because I've been learning how to do video editing, but I guess maybe there might be something else about, and also initially when I was learning how to do voiceover with DaVinci, it was really bad. It sounded awful. And eventually I realized, it's because my microphone it wasn't using the microphone that I use for recording, and so now it sounded great. But I guess maybe there's a little bit more to voiceover on DaVinci Resolve that I need to learn about, because I just can't believe that whole recording just disappeared as soon as I was like, okay, stop, and then it disappeared. It's like, why? Why did that happen? Let's see. Other things that I've been up to. So I don't know why, I've always wanted to read the Epic of Gilgamesh. I first learned about the Epic of Gilgamesh when I was in high school, and I thought, I don't want to read that. I was like, I don't want to read that, because the thing that my history teacher told me about it was that it's incomplete. What has survived of it is, it's not the full story. It's, because the whole thing wasn't preserved over the years. But I've read the first 2 tablets of it. I think there's about 12 tablets altogether. I'll have to double check. But yeah, the first 2 tablets, I really liked it. I really, especially the first one compared to the second. Well, no, they're both good. It's funny, when you try to describe what happens in the story, because the first tablet is mostly about the character Enkidu, who initially is not a human, or at least they're not described as a human. They are just like a wild beast in the in nature. Yeah, because they weren't raised with other humans. They were raised with animals. Because they are a person who is made by the gods for the king, who is Gilgamesh. They are the equal of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is equal in a way, except they weren't born. They were made from clay, all that great stuff. And Gilgamesh has visions of this person. He's like, and he says and he's telling his mum oh yeah, I was having dreams about this person called Enkidu, and I imagine myself competing with them and also loving them as if they were my wife. So I understand why some people have this queer interpretation of Gilgamesh because of stuff like that. But I do think they are just meant to be friends. It's just that there is definitely some homoeroticism in that friendship. But anyways, the first tablet, they send someone. This is let's see. Hi Jasmine, and you're up. Good. Glad you're here. I was just talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh because I started reading that this week. Yeah, so basically they send a character called a harlot to entice Enkidu, and Enkidu, they say in the first tablet that Enkidu had sex with the harlot for 7 days, and then afterwards he realized that he wasn't an animal, he was in fact a human, and the animals also realized that he was not an animal like they were, he was a human, so they started to back away. So because of that, he's kind of compelled to follow the harlot back to where Gilgamesh is to and start being civilized. And I thought that was it was a really funny epic story about post-nut clarity. So yeah, and it sounds funny when you're describing it, but when you're reading it, you're like, this is the awesomest story I've ever read. And then the second tablet is about Enkidu and Gilgamesh actually meeting each other for the first time, and they get into a fight about something. It's I'm not entirely sure what the fight was about, but it involved a wedding, and Gilgamesh, I guess, being entitled about the wedding, because the idea was well, I'm Gilgamesh, so I get to sleep with the bride before the husband does, and then that makes Enkidu angry, so they get into a fight with each other, and then Gilgamesh realizes, oh, this is my equal, but he wins, and they kiss each other. This is what's written in the tablet. They kiss each other, and they become best friends, and I'm like, that's nice. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the Epic of Gilgamesh, and because it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought, yeah, it feels like the way it's written, it feels like reading the Bible, but the story is way more interesting, and it's about it's literally about the power of friendship, and I love that. I love that so much, and it's also horny. So yeah, that's always nice. Anyways, I've been talking for about approximately half an hour, so let's get into the story of Homestuck, which is also arguably a type of epic, in a way. Also, it's about the power of friendship. Okay. Terezi adjourn. Another triumph for justice. The court block is adjourned. You offer final salutations to his tyranny in the customary manner. Okay, that's not customary at all. You're just kind of weird. That just feels like something I would say in that moment. It's just that your red chalk is the most delicious chalk. You cannot get enough of it. Anyone who says there is a more delicious chalk out there is they're simply reeks of deceit, of course. Let's see, you sure had to go to a lot of trouble to do that. Yeah, it's an alright artist's impression. See, she capture logged her cane. You take your walking cane, which you use as a weapon, kind of like Earth Daredevil, who you've never heard of. You will use it to wallop enemies when you enter the medium. So one time, speaking of like using walking canes as weapons, I knew a blind person one time, and they were also had an electric wheelchair, and they said to me if they ran me over that it was my fault because they can't see and I can. So I took that very seriously because I almost did get run over a few times. Whew. See, they do not give a fuck. And that's what I like about this character is like, yeah, I'm blind, I don't give a fuck, I will make it your problem, and I will weaponize it against you. I weaponize blindness is always funny. Okay, like this, wallop. Oh, that's awesome. It's like their cane is like a nunchuck. That's awesome, I love that. Terezi, begin recruiting red team members. Your nose begins scouring your chump roll through the saliva smears of your monitor. Ugh, the saliva so that's what it looks like? Okay, so this is what it looks like from her perspective. Okay. So she's not that blind. She's okay. She's fine. Okay, your nose begins... Oh, wait, no. This is what it looks like through smelling colors. Okay. Your nose begins scouring your chump roll through saliva smears on your monitor for potential teammates so you can start playing. So, yeah, okay, so it looks kind of blurry even with the smelling. Okay. Tina, so you can start playing. No, not her. Nope, not her either. Definitely not that guy. Okay, how about this girl? You like to roleplay with her sometimes via chat. You pretend you are a member of the mysterious and noble Dragonid race while she does her own goofy thing. Speaking of which, so in my current playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, I'm doing a TAV run, and I mentioned to I was talking to in their chat on Twitch, MCAT Gaming, who is currently live at the moment, that I love playing Baldur's Gate 3 and that I exclusively play as a Dragonborn. And she said to me that I shouldn't just exclusively play the game as a Dragonborn because you get different reactions depending on what race you choose to be in the game. And I was like, oh, I hadn't thought of that before. And then I talked to my friend about it, and he said, yeah, I generally like to play as a drow in the game because a lot of the interactions are funny, but yeah, it's always going to be different depending on how you build your character for the game. But yeah, I love being a dragon, so I'm reading this as Dragonborn, this particular Dragonide. Yeah, you don't have it in your heart to tell her that your chat role-playing is meant facetiously. Okay. Terezi, troll AC. Who's AC again? Sorry, I just like the little stuttery animation is amusing to me. Let's see. GC lands on your whelping stoop and raps on your cave with her noble and elegant talon. And once with her mighty snout for good measure. AC saunters from her dark cave a little bit sleepy from the recent kill. AC uses one of her mouths to lick the flesh blood off her paws, and the other to blow you a kiss. It's a reaction face. GC with a mighty whisk of her mighty tail plucks the kiss out of the air mightily. Cute. JC pockets the kiss in her enchanted rucksack for later to do something magical like make goblin wishes come true. Yes, AC, that to be a most admirable use of kiss. She thinks that goblin wishes need to come true too, just like any other kind of person's wishes. AC begs your pardon while she rips apart this tasty beast to prepare a meal for her cubs. GC eyes the beast hungrily and mightily. Uh-oh. JC eyes the cubs hungrily and mightily, especially mightily. Don't you dare, I mean, AC shouts, don't you dare, indignantly. But it is too late. JC scoops up a plump cub with her glistening majestic tail and flies off magically. The innocent cub is crying and crying. AC says, no, looks a bit crestfallen. AC gets a clever idea to slake the majestic dragon's mighty hunger. She prepares the lion's share of the slain armored collar bear for JC. JC JC's magnificent curiosity has been perked. Is it a bull collar bear? Oops, she asked that. Yes. AC pauses a moment. I like how it says pauses, like animal paw. Pauses a moment and nods knowingly with a couple of smug grins on her face. She confirms it is indeed the bulliest of bears. JC instantly loses interest in the puny cub and drops it to the ground far below. But as it happens, the really cute cub lands in a bush safe and sound. Woo! JC's alarming and splendiferous girth settles over the succulent collar bear steak. What the fuck? When she finishes the savory red meat, she lifts her proud, wise head and opens her great big mouth and speaks the ancient tongue of 1,000 wisdoms. She says, "Hey, do you want to play a game with me?" AC crinkles up her nose and prepares for a really unprecedented marathon of baffling feline obstinacy. Her dragonid suitor will make neither rhyme nor reason of her perplexing behavior for even an instant. No, that was a real question. Want to play a game? Oh, hee. Okay, if you mean a computer game, then yes, that sounds like fun. Okay, you can be on my team. Team? Who else is playing? I haven't decided yet. A whole bunch of us in 2 teams. Oh, well, it does sound like it will be a lot of fun, but I think I should get permission first. Permission. Is this person a furry? Blah, that's so stupid. He's not the boss of you. I know, but still, I'm kind of scared of him, and I think perhaps it's best to just run it by him first so he isn't a kerfuffle about it or anything. This is stupid in such a terrible myriad of dumb ways. You shouldn't be afraid of anyone. You kill big animals with your bare hands and in any... Yeah, but that's in your imagination. And in any case, he lives nowhere near you, so the whole thing is extra stupid. I know, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'll just mention it casually and it'll be fine, I'm sure, and then we can play in just a little bit. Fine. In the meantime, I will go round up some more people to play. Okay, Troll TC. That was interesting. So is that person in some sort of abusive relationship, or what's the deal with that? I'm very curious about that AC person. Let me just read. I don't think she's talked yet, and it's like Shizly, and it means like she's kind of joking, or I don't know, but basically she's less serious about role-playing than AC. Okay. And AC is actually into it, while she is less so. Okay. So I'm guessing that AC, when it comes to role-playing, like role-playing is her or his love language, and that's how. And so, what's this person's name again? GC, communicates with that character that way to, accommodate. I guess that sort of need that person has, that emotional need to engage in storytelling, socially, social storytelling. Okay, where are we? Hey, gamesies, you want to play gameses with me? Hey, yeah, that sounds like the motherfucking shits, bitch tits. Unimpressed face. It sure is hard to ignore the weird things you say sometimes. You proceed to have the rest of this conversation we already read. No luck getting this guy to play with you right now either. You guess that leaves. Let me just see the previous conversation. Yeah. Let's see. Oh man, sorry I spaced out. Did you know how beautiful the sound of the ocean is? Have you ever seen the ocean? Or smelled it? Sorry, I remember that. Okay. Let's see, okay. Oh no, not Carcat. You were only going to ask him as a last resort. He's so hated. Well, he's also hate-filled. You wonder what he wants. Yeah, it's unusual that he would reach out to you. That's not a thing. You wonder what he wants. You will try to avoid mentioning the game. Hopefully he hasn't caught wind of it yet. Yeah, I really hate it when, you're trying to keep someone out of something and somehow it comes up and you're like, oh, no, don't. And then the person, really wants to be in it. It's like, and you're just trying not to go there. No, can you just, try to take a hint? Please take a hint. Okay, let me just read the chat. You didn't catch up on the last stream. They told you her name, right? It's Terezi, right? You mean this character, Terezi? It's a cool name. I think there was a Lucis. I don't remember Lucis, but yeah. Okay, deal with Carcat. Oh no, here we go. He looks so unhealthy. He does not look like he's equipped for anything. He's just got a funny little face. Hey, guess what? Big news. Holy shit, stop the presses. This is a humorous deal sort of news. Blah, what is it? You're not the red team leader. That's me. I'm the leader. It's been decided on an official basis. Ah, fuck, he knows. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to make a big stink about this and say, wah, wah, I want to be the leader. What? No, you can, but it won't do any good because I'm the leader, and that's all there is to evacuate through your protein shoot of the on the matter. Okay. Strange sentence. Well, it may surprise you to know that I don't give a crap who gets to be leader, because unlike you, I actually have a fucking smidgen of maturity and self-respect. That's true. I do think that is the case. I feel like that was completely accurate. That was a fair call out. That's a lie. You're more of a melodrama spaz queen than me, and he admits he's a spaz queen. That's a lie. You're more of a melodrama spaz queen than me, and you know it. And this stuff you're saying is a pretend stunt. You're like a rocket-propelled spaz maggot spring-loaded up the ass of a psychedelic fucking freak-out weasel on idiot drugs, so let's not play make-believe games here. Leader, me. Carcat, I don't care. You can be the stupid leader. I just want to play this game. Okay, great. If it's any consolation, I have selected you to be my second in command. Really? Swoon. Fuck you. Offer rescinded. Okay, but seriously, I would have suggested you be the leader, but honestly, it comes with serious responsibilities, and I wasn't sure if you were up to it. How could you think that? I'm an incredible leader with all kinds of prioritization and command skills. I'm going to rock the cock off this weather vane, and the blue team will wish they never slithered out of the mother grub's heinous undulating asshole. So just give me the full briefing. What do you know? What a fucking sentence. Okay, I feel like the Trolls dialogue is a lot more like obviously I hate this whole like numbering situation that they've got with the vowels, but other than that, I think their dialogue is a lot more fun to say than the main cast so far. Okay, where was I? Okay, the thing you need to know is the leader starts out by running the client application, while I, the lowly second officer, connects you with the server while I remain generally in awe of your manly grandeur. And I sit at my computer doing mental chores in support of your heroic escapades, which honestly I don't think you're ready for, but whatever. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was made for. Being in charge of adventure, running around and stuff, and fucking shit up like a goddamn hero with a ripple wasp in his jug. Let's get cracking here. That sounds... I feel like I say get cracking. Let's get cracking. Launch your server or whatever. I'll install the hero program. The client. Yeah. Okay, if you insist, far be it from me to stop you from being so dashing and courageous, and to be perfectly honest, a little bit handsome. Yes, exactly. Now you're making sense. Oh, that's so good. I love the dialogue of this so much. Okay, I'll try. Anything to get you to stop being such a bitch. And he says baby. What's a baby? Oh, it's like a mythical little pink monkey, something my Lucis dreams about. I thought you didn't have one. I don't, yet. I'm not allowed to. Why not? Why have you never mentioned this anyway? Honestly, Terezi, it sounds more frothing, loony block nonsense. If I ever did have one, it would mean the world was coming to an end. Funny that. So yeah, it's funny like reading like this like from these characters' perspectives, the world hasn't ended yet, but it's going to. When I was in high school, I couldn't read stuff like Harry Potter or even Lord of the Rings. For some reason, my brain was like, because I tried reading Harry Potter when I was 12 and I didn't like it and I couldn't finish it. I was just like, I'm just going to watch the movies and that's it. But eventually I started to read a series called Tomorrow When the War Began. I think it was about 6 books altogether, so it's kind of like you could read a book each actually, it might have been more than that. It might have been 10 books, actually. Yeah, I think it was a pretty... Yeah, it was, so that was like the books... That was like my YA series when I was in high school. And, so it's about these teenagers. They go camping in the bush. And when they're camping in the... so it's during like a long weekend, like where you get 3 days off. And while they're out there... before they have to go back to school the next day, they have a conversation of, what if we came back and Australia, because it's set in Australia, and Australia has been taken over by another country, like what would we do? And then when they come back, it just so happens that Australia was taken over by another country, and we never find out what the other country was because it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's so yeah, I just think it's funny how these characters are talking about like, hey, what if the world ends? And it's going to. Now, where was I? Hang on, let me just check something. I think during TC and Terezi's chat, it referenced like he's keeping an eye out for the old goat. His Lucis says, you know how it is, and she says she doesn't, duh, and he apologizes. Yeah, accidentally prophetic. That's a good way of putting it. I think it's also just like a literary kind of thing as well. That was sort of what I was sort of trying to point out with the Tomorrow When the War Began comparison, because yeah, it also does that. It does the same thing. Okay. If I ever did, let's see, where was it? Coming to an end. Oh, thank God you just said something normal. I was starting to worry there. Woo, back in Sane Land, it's true. I don't completely understand it, but that's what it told me. We need to get you out of that fucking tree and into a proper goddamn lawn ring. This is why no one wants to be friends with this guy. He's just like the last person you want to be friends with. I like reading what he says though, because it's fun to read angriness. It's fun to read angry dialogue, and his only mode is angry. So, where was I? You've been stunted living up there, but by the whispers of fucking bark gnomes or something. I think one of my neighbors was just cold recently. Maybe you could live there. No way, screw lawn rings. More like yawn rings. I love my tree, but you're welcome to visit sometime. It's especially nice in the third autumn. The third autumn. Interesting. Whatever that means. Okay, well, speaking of that, I should go downstairs and deal with this grumpy customer. It's going to fondle Major Seed flat, but hopefully it'll be quick. What the fuck? You can establish your connection and do trivial sidekick stuff, I guess, in the meantime. Okay. So he wants to be the leader of this thing, and it's like, why does he care? And it's like, because he's so, like, he's not in, like, it's not that he's antisocial, it's just that he is egotistical. He wants he's trying to find some sort of prestige to justify this weird energy that he has all the time. So he's trying to justify himself, basically. That's my impression of the character. What is this place? What a weird... It's like a lava place. After the night of blood, heroic... hang on. After the night of blood's heroic... night of blood. After the night of blood's heroic arrival to the land of pulse and haze. Okay. Look at him. I like these color choices for his sickle. You quickly crafted a new weapon. Home, smell ya later. Plus some other cool stuff. Deal with Karkat. Deal with Terezi. Okay. You can see me, right? Tell me what is wrong with this picture. No, I can't see you, dumbass. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Anyway, press your nose against your slubbery screen and tell me what is wrong with this picture. Smells pretty terrible. That's because you just took a hard drag of my load gaper, which for some reason I have discovered outside of this little island. You mean your toilet? Well, ooh la la. Excuse my disdain for your blue-blooded vernacular. What color is your blood? Whoa, none of your business. Seriously, was that a serious question? Unbelievable. I will find out someday. What is with your obsession with colors? It's bad. That's how she smells colors. Who do you think you're talking to? You're so. This is like the first time where I'm like, I really hate this guy because he made somebody smell his own shit. It's like, if you do that, you deserve to be hurt physically. Yeah, that's what I think. Like, that's just biological weaponry. Let's see. Where was I? Unbelievable. I will find out someday. It's bad enough you waste all my hard-earned grist rambling my hive around like that, not even in the direction of the fucking gate. But then you go and spend it on an ugly paint job. I killed a lot of imps for that, grist. Is this like supposed to be a metaphor for being a Minecraft player? Karkat, please, don't pretend you didn't enjoy going around killing things and that you wouldn't enjoy killing a whole lot more prancing around with your little sickle being all adorable. Yeah, right. More like Adora bloodthirsty. I'm going to take that one. I'm prancing around being that, okay? Anyway, this is awful. This is no way for a leader to be treated. Sorry, this is what you wanted. The leader is the first one this is what the leader is supposed to do. Yeah, exactly. Stop complaining. Stop being yourself, okay? It's not good. It's not like, I know we tell people it's good to be yourself. This does not apply to Karkat. Karkat should not be himself. No, this is not anything. Let's see. No, this is not anything except for what bullshit is. A leader shouldn't be at the mercy of the hive renovation whimsy of a psychotic blind girl. When do I get the chance to fuck up someone's hive? I should be the next one to connect to a client. No, you can't. You have to be the last one to connect to complete the chain. More lies. Think of it this way. I am your server player, so priority has to be on me getting in the game before I get killed by meteors, in which case you'd be screwed in there. Then the next guy comes in, then the next, and you bring the last one in. Whoa, wait, what? Meteors? What the fuck are you talking about? What does this have to do with meteors? Oh boy, you need to get with the program, Karkat. Have you talked to AA? Or 44? AA, that's it. AA what? Apocalypse Arisen, sorry. No, of course not. Or TA, or AJ, I guess, or CA. Really, there's like this whole conspiracy about this, as I'm finding out. Well, why don't you just tell me so I don't have to talk to any of those double-talking assholes? I can't. I gotta step out of the tree for a moment. When I come back, I will enter the game. See ya. a little while ago. Okay. Direct reference to Rose, let's see, jumping at a leadership role even if it's in a game. It's like it means something to me, damn it. It's direct reference to Rose accidentally dropping the tub in John's hallway due to connection issues, and it starts similarly. Oh yeah, that's like the whole thing with his toilet situation. Oof. So this is someone... Wait, this is a frog thing. Oh, is this going to appear somewhere? Is this the origin of that place at Jade's Island or something? Is that right? Is this Jade's Island, or is it Jade's Island in the future? Let's see. Ooh. This is a cool... This looks awesome. Can I save... Okay. That's a cool picture. Nice. Wow. Okay, so we've got a full Jade as a karate alien now. I don't know. Swam. Desecrate. You're not sure why you did that, really. There's probably there will probably turn out to be a reason. There's a reason for everything. Understanding this lets you be reckless, whoever you are. That's well done. Well done. Okay, a little later. What's going on? Let's see. A little crab. Let's see, a bottle on the beach. Someone's feet. Somewhere else entirely. Somewhere else entirely, huh? Someone's got some rings on. Rings are very important in the story of Homestuck, is what I have to remind myself. Rubbish from the land dwellers makes you sick, whoever you are. Who are these people? And little later still, this mush of a house or a spaceship, whatever it is. We return to the land of Pulse and Haze so that he can rewind a bit. Before all that paint got slopped on your hive and before that mysterious hole was made. Man, how'd that hole get made? It was when Carcat ran TA's curse Arth program and his computer blew up. That's what happened. We'll see this happen later. It will be startling and unexpected. Okay, Carcat, deal with crabby customer. Okay, oh my god, long one. You go downstairs and confront your custodian. This is another term for a frightening beast known as a Lucis nature. Yes, you were talking about that before. Your Lucis has looked after you since you were very young in lieu of any biological parents, so you have whom you have never known. No young troll ever knows his or her blood parents, nor could such lineage ever be accurately traced. Adult trolls supply their genetic material to the familial pails carried by imperial drones and offered to the monstrous mother grub deep underground in the brooding caverns. She then combines all the genetic material into one diabolical, incestuous slurry and lays hundreds of thousands of eggs at once. Gross. The eggs hatch into young larval trolls which wriggle about to locate a cozy stalactite from which to spin their cocoons. After they pupate, the young troll with his or her newfound limbs undergoes a series of dangerous trials. if they survive, they are chosen by a member of the diverse and terrifying subterranean monster population native to Alternia. This creature becomes the troll's Lucis, and together they surface and choose a location to build a hive. The building process is facilitated by carpenter droids left on the planet to cater to the young, but only for building. They're on their own otherwise. The vast majority of adult trolls are off-planet, serving some role in the forces of ongoing imperial conquest, besieging other star systems in the name of Alternian glory. The culture and civilization on the homeworld is maintained almost entirely by the young. Trolls sure are weird. Yeah, that's some interesting world building there, actually. All birth is gross in my opinion. It's like, I don't want to know. It's too much. It's too much. But at the same time, it's important to know these things anyway, in the literal sense. Anyways, I'm not sure if I made any sense there. While we're on this topic of alien reproduction, last year I watched the entirety. Well, not actually the entirety. I watched the entirety of the first 2 seasons of Gargoyles. There was a show called Gargoyles. It was made by Disney. It has Keith David as the main gargoyle called Goliath. And in gargoyle culture, what they do is they lay eggs, and they put all of their eggs in a hatchery together. And the idea is that when their eggs hatch, their young is everybody's young. Like, everyone is equally a parent. It doesn't matter like whose egg is who. That's not really kept track of at all. They might notice that when the gargoyles get older, they might notice like, oh yeah, that one might be related to you because that one looks like you. But that's not how they operate in general. And I really liked that. I thought that was really cool. It's like, yeah, the raising young it's like the whole clan's responsibility. It's not just the one who laid the egg or the one who fertilized the egg. It's like, it's everybody's egg. That was really cool. Highly recommend Gargoyles. I tried watching the 3rd season. Unfortunately, it sucked, and apparently it gets cancelled anyway. And the guy that was working on season 3, he became so frustrated that he left the project, and at some point he decided to continue Gargoyles in comic book form, leading off with kind of diverging, continuing on from season 2 and diverging from season 3, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's keep going. Sickle, 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 sickle. You leap into the domestic fray in an attempt to mollify your nannying aggressor. It's like, oh, my loving parent is an aggressor. After a lot of kicking and fussing and gnashing of teeth and carapace, you just pull out a few chilled roe cubes from the fridge to settle the beast down. Trolls and their custodians have a peculiar arrangement of codependence. The Lucis behaves as a lifelong bodyguard, caretaker, and visceral sort of mentor. While the young troll must learn to function as a sort of zookeeper. We decide to agree this conflict is not a big enough deal to warrant a detailed examination of the action or an embedded musical accompaniment. We also agree that while that would have been pretty sweet, we are also in a kind of hurry here. But if there were to be if it were to be accompanied by something audible, it would probably sound something like this. We decide to listen to that track close our eyes and imagine what might have been. Wow, that sure was awesome. Anyway, moving on. I love the writing in this so much. Let me just listen to this. So that's Spaz going. I see. Examination of the... Interesting. Yeah, because it goes together. Yeah, that was interestingly described. Okay, who's this guy? So he's got a red eye, a blue eye, and his glasses match. And also, there's going to be a blue team and a red team. In fact, we are in such a hurry. You could almost say we need to get moving. Gotcha. Puts the glasses on the double. What's going on? Yeah. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? Why are there Okay, he's got like a... Why does he have wires connected to a honeycomb structure with bees? And I'm assuming these are troll bees. They're not actually bees. They're just troll bees. Let's see. Okay. It's funny how they address it like, we don't have time for a fifth strife in the middle of this. Let's move on. It's like, yeah, but I love the strifes. Give us more strifes, because I want to update my stream with like a Hivebent specific strife at some point. So I really do hope we get one. I don't know if we will get one, but it'd be cool if we could get one. Okay, there's this pretty cool dude, okay? Is this supposed to be Troll Dave in a way? Some people seem to think he's cool. Sometimes. Okay, so maybe he's the opposite of Dave. He guesses they're right. I mean, maybe, if they say so. Actually, you know what? They're right. This guy's dynamite. Lit in a box of hot shit. Screw the haters. Anyway, he's standing around being all chill like cool dudes are known to do sometimes. When they're not moping around or nursing migraines or whatever, a cool dude like this probably has a really cool name. Or at least a name that doesn't completely fucking suck. Like Dave. Like, at least not the kind of name that belongs to someone you'd want to just perpetually wail on. Maybe just a name that makes you cringe a little, but you guess you can deal with it if you've got to. Like the name Sky. Like, yeah. I haven't met a lot of Skies, but I'm always like, when someone says, I'm going to name my kid Sky or Skylar, I'm just like, really? It's just a guy's name. It's not like it really matters. Who cares? But he probably wouldn't just tell you what it was if you asked. He'd be way too moody for that. In fact, this guy probably thinks you've got some attitude and probably doesn't want a damn thing to do with you. Sorry, I'm just, for some reason reading that, I was reminded of like I saw somebody's like dash cam footage on through the YouTube shorts, and a police officer was coming up to a guy sitting on his motorcycle while he after settling up some petrol at a petrol station, and the guy just basically said good morning to the police officer, and then the police officer pretty much responded with, "The fuck did you just say to me?" And it's just like, what was, like, all he said was good morning. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. So I just thought it was funny, like this guy, like if you ask for his name, he's just gonna think that you've got an attitude problem. It's just like, hey, what's your name? It's like, you got some sort of attitude? Like, that's just what that reminded me of. You could always try to guess his name, but instead of that, there's a better idea. Why don't you just fuck off and go to hell? This reminds me so much of that clip. It's just, hey, I want to be normal. Yeah, well, you fucking can't. You can't. You're not allowed to. It's illegal. It's bad. It's like, here, name this cookie broad instead. Okay, look at that. Yeah, give us a better character. Give us a cute character instead. Oh my god. I started typing an explanation, but I need to wait like 5 more pages. Okay, so something's being built up. Okay. Okay, what's her name? Wait, you've got to be kidding me. Looks like we're going back to the other guy again. Alright, hang on. Yeah, who's this little cutie? Who's this cutie? What the fuck is this? This looks like it's a cute character, but then it looks like there might have been some sort of Baalist ritual going on. I think you called him a potential Dave a stream or 2 ago when he was mentioned by a character. Oh, okay. It appears this cool and moody dude had a change of heart. He feels pretty bad about flying off the handle like that, as if shit wanted nothing to do with the handle. Shit would like to reconcile with the handle and perhaps seek marital counseling. So what's his name gonna be? I have to get my friend to get into this because I've got to talk my friend into reading Homestuck at some point. I've decided that that's what I'm gonna do. Though I would prefer it if he finished writing his own book, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, enter name. Your name is Solux Captor. That's a dumb name. I hate that. You are apeshit bananas at computers and you know all the codes. All of them. You are the unchallenged authority on apiculture networking. And though all your friends recognize your unparalleled achievements as a totally sick hacker, you feel like you could be better. It's one of a number of things you sort of beat yourself up about for no very good reason during sporadic and debilitating bipolar mood swings. Oh, okay. Okay, so this character is bipolar. That's interesting. Okay. You have a penchant for bifurcation in logic and in life. Your mutant mind is hounded by the psychic dreams of the imminently deceased. Your visions foretell of a planet's looming annihilation, and yet unlike the typical sightless prophet of your doom, you are gifted with vision twofold, for now. It's a, I don't know, Soul Lux Captor, that's just, I don't know, like, Terezi's a nice name, forgot what the other characters' names are. Soul Lux, I don't know, reminds me of Reflux, I don't know. Soul Lux. Anyways, I'm sorry if you're attached to that particular name, but I just my instinct on sight was that's dumb. Okay, let's see. You are gifted with vision for now. You have developed a new game, adapted via code passed from the runes and glyphs in an ancient underground temple. Interesting. You believe this game to be the salvation of your race, though you are not sure how yet. I do like that. I do like it when people create art, like, you know, it's not often, like, sometimes people just create art because they want to, you know, they either do it for the money or they're actually doing it for the sake of feeling creatively fulfilled. And I do like and I always hope, like, artists get to feel that sense of creative fulfillment. But in his case, he's like, you know, I'm hoping this is the salvation of my race. I don't think that's not the exact wording I would use, but I do like it when people try to create art where I want to, like, they sort of approach it like it's magic, where it can actually affect the world for good. That's what I think Star Trek did, and I think that was the purpose of, I think from Gene Roddenberry and other people who worked on Star Trek, that was kind of the point, was to affect the world in a positive way. And yeah, and we need more stuff like that isn't being held back all the time. Okay. Though you are not sure how yet. Okay. To ensure success, you will distribute the game to 2 teams of friends, a red team and a blue team. You will lead the latter group. Your troll tag is Twin Armageddons, and you tend to speak with a bit of a lisp. Gotcha. So that's what that's about. What will you do? So this is the guy that made the game. Is this the guy that made the Spurb game? Or is Spurb a different game that's based on the game that he made that's going to ruin everything? Is this the guy that ruined the world? Pollux and Caster. Oh, and they're red and blue. Okay, so Pollux and Caster, I'd never heard of that. What, is that like a Greek myth or something? Let me look this up. Castor and Pollux. Ah, so this is a Roman myth. Twin half-brothers in Greek and Roman mythology, known together as Dioscuri. Okay. Their mother was Leda, but they had different fathers, but they were still twins. Okay. So they were fraternal twins. But this guy's just one person. Okay. So it's a... I'll go down that rabbit hole another time. Well, at least now I know. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Going to paste it. Oh, when Karkat was introduced, and it's mentioned how Karkat is bad at coding, like John, and is jealous of his friend who is very good at coding. Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that. I think some of the trolls' names were submissions. I typed it higher up. Oh yeah, I didn't think of there being a myth. Okay, so okay, that makes sense. That says this. Yeah, this definitely reads as this was a fan submission. Got it. Okay. Where was I? Okay, Solux, equip throwing stars to Strife Specibus. Bzzz. Why would you do that? A high-level psionic has no use for any particular Specibus allocation. Solux. Fling stars, Specibus wood. Specibus wood. That's a direction. Okay. Oh no, the honey is everywhere. Gross. You make short work of the Specibus and, oh god, one of your bee house mainframes. So he runs his computer. So is his computer made of whatever? The silicone was sliced clean through by your foolish maneuver. What were you thinking? The workers pair up and dance angry messages to you in binary code. Oh my god. Oh, okay, Solux, taste the honey. See. No! You do not under any circumstances eat the mind honey. The consequences are highly unpleasant. You cultivate this honey for your Lucis. It helps him not be such a complete idiot all the time, merely most of the time instead. Merely most of the time. Okay, calm those bees down. Click, snap, and they're all asleep. Pacified. Nap time. Get to work at computer. Okay. Just the binary code. I can't believe it. Okay. You are always up to your nook in the newest and hottest games. It is hard to walk around the place without squishing them. Whenever that happens, you are screwed, and you have to grow a new one from scratch, or just pirate it if you guess. But tonight is no night for games. Well, okay, it is. But just one game in particular, and this game is no joking matter. It is deliriously bug nasty. Recruit team leader. So Terezi is the team leader. Still, probably. I don't know. Were we just placating? What's his name? Angry, aggressive man boy. What was his name? So there's Terezi is. Wait, Terezi's GC, right? Anyways. No, yeah, Terezi's GC, and the angry troll boy is... what's the word? GA or something, I think. I can't remember. Okay, anyways. TZ, you want to be the leader of one of the teams? You mean for your game to save the world? Yeah, how ironic. Okay, I pick the red team because that's the most delicious color. Okay, I didn't say anything about a red team or even that there were two teams, but fine. Obviously, you were going to set up red and blue teams. Come on. You don't know what I'm going to do. Stop being as though you can read my mind. It's not a power you have. Your strengths are being blind and tricking people out about stuff. And I guess being generally savvy and pretty decent at other stuff. But that's why I'm picking you and not some other fucking schlub from Retardation Row. Okay. Solix, please. You are Mr. Appleberry Blast, and everyone knows those are your favorite flavors, even though you type in yucky mustard, which is weird. He does type in yucky mustard. Carcat Vantis, that's right. Maybe there is more to me than you think. Maybe I am not the two-trick hoof beast you want to make me out as. Maybe I just want to give the red and blue thing a rest for a change and not make it so it's like, oh look, it's that predictable fuck with those two stupid colors. It's amazing how everyone fucking hates him. Maybe red and blue aren't that great and I hate them. Suddenly, have you thought of that? Maybe I'm more of an aubergine guy, plus whatever that putrid color is you type with. What is that? Turquoise? Turquoise? Turkey-oise? Maybe it's making me turquoisey. Maybe the new name for that color is Summer Shithead Mist. Have you considered that? Maybe I'm sticking with red and blue, so maybe you should suck on it. Maybe is a stupid word. Maybe that's the big maybe we should all ponder tonight over some hot shut the hell up tea. So you think I'm savvy? Yeah, I think so. Pick out whoever you want for the red team and I'll lead the blue team. I'll send you the download soon. Talk to you later. Wait, maybe you should tell me more about this game first. How exactly are we saving the world? I don't know yet. I just know what I've seen in my visions. that the whole world will end and our whole race dies, and this is how we save it. Okay. And AA can back me up on this, so don't be all doubting me about it. Okay, sorry, it's hard to read his speech because of the double vowels. I'm not doubting you. I think you are right, mostly. Mostly, what does that mean? Well, when you talk about how you're going to die too, I am going to die. I mean, we all are, but especially me. I am going to get my ass served twofold. Double the service. Like 2 dudes on a double butler island. A double butler island. Getting worked over by a Siamese twin masseuse. Gross. But before I die, I'm going to go blind like you. It has to happen like that. I'm not sure why, but I think it's like fulfilling some requirement for a true prophet of doom in order for the visions to be right. That has to happen, and the universe will make sure it will. It's kind of like how a prophet earns his stripes by being blind, like how an angel earns its wings. What's an angel? Some terrible mythical demon with these awful feathery wings. Yikes. Paradox Space uses them to usher in the end. How does it know what angel to use? Huh? So yeah, we will all die, but most especially me. End of story. But don't take this the wrong way, but how can you be totally sure about all that? How do you know some of the real visions you're having aren't getting kind of tangled up with sort of the way you are about yourself? What do you mean? How you get mopey and you're always the victim of something, and how sometimes you think you suck when you really don't. Maybe that is clouding your vision. Okay, that's just some personal, private, emotional issues, and I'm dealing with that. And honestly, I'd appreciate you not always throwing that in my face every goddamn opportunity you get. Like, this is a big circus act two. Like, this is a big circus act two. Sorry, I didn't read that right. Like, this is a big circus act to you. It's because it's the way he writes too. I don't like it. And that is your special clown pie. Clown pie. See, God, so sensitive. Seriously, talk to AA. She will corroborate everything. And see, you and she are pretty tight, aren't you? Not really anymore. She used to be a lot of fun, but now talking to her, I don't know. It just somehow always makes me sad. Okay, tonight's not about fun. This is serious. Deliriously so. We are in Smerious shit-stained city. Good God. Screw you and your shit stains. I will have a fucking blast and you can't stop me, blue team scum. Oh shit. It's on. Sucker. Alright. Well, I'm going to stop it here for today. And we shall continue this tomorrow. This is a lot of fun. I really like I really like this part of the story so far. It's enjoyable, except for how they type. But other than that, it's pretty. Yeah, I'm having fun. This is great. Let me just read the chat. Two trick pony instead of one trick because Solux. Yeah, yeah. I like numeral 2, and 2 is also Butler Island is another self-reference. It happens to everyone. Yeah. All good. Well, thanks for sticking around, Jasmine. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope to see you and whoever else tomorrow. And otherwise, enjoy the beginning of the weekend, and stay regularly. I don't know. Just take care of yourself. And I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.